What's up? I'm John Vaughn, founder and CEO of Tier 5, the makers of Friend Connector and the makers of Friender. And I'm going to try to make this really short and sweet. The gist of it is you really want to move from using Friend Connector to Friender, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. The main reasons is because you're going to get so many more features and functionalities. If you don't know, we focus mostly on organic marketing on Facebook to grow our company. Friend Connector has been a big function of that, and we have so many other different softwares as well that help us in the organic marketing process that what we decided to do was put them all into one smart, sexy platform called Friender, and that's what we're offering you today. So I'm just going to go over a few of the reasons that you really want to switch and take this offer and move over to Friender and ditch your Friend Connector account, okay? One, the main reason is going to be the price. The cost of Friend Connector and Friender in this offer is exactly the same. So what we charge for Friend Connector Pro is the exact same thing that we're charging you to take this offer for Friender, and Friend Connector Pro is included. So when you take this offer, you're going to get Friender and you're going to get Friend Connector Pro for the exact same price that you would pay just for Friend Connector Pro. You're also going to get access to all the features of Friend Connector inside Friender. Everything that Friend Connector can do, you're going to be able to do, and so much more inside of Friender. A big portion of Friender is our web portal and our web app. We don't have one with Friend Connector. It's only an extension. With Friender, there's an extension component, and a big component of it is our web portal and our web app, where you're going to find all your data. Speaking of data, we keep track of all your data with Friender. So every friend request that you send out, we keep track of that data, and we don't do that in Friend Connector. So Friend Connector doesn't know if it sent a friend request to somebody already, if someone sent you a friend request, if you used to be friends with somebody. Friend Connector doesn't know that. Friend Connector doesn't know who's on your friends list, where are those friends coming from. Friender knows all of that because we keep track of all of your data. One of those data points is going to be your friend source. So as you can see here, you can see here's an incoming request, here's an incoming request. If I just look at all of these, you'll be able to see here's incoming requests that are actually coming in. I can see some of these were on my friends list already whenever I started using. So I can see this person was outgoing from the Magnetic Marketing Group. This person was outgoing from Organic Scaling. This person came from PLR funnels. So I can see my incoming request. I can see my outgoing request as well inside the data. And this data is really powerful, and it allows us to do magical things. Like I said, one of the things that you can see easily is where are your friends coming from. If you're sending out a bunch of friend requests, this is not something that you can do with Friend Connector, but with Friender you can. You can see where are these friends coming from. If you're sending out friend requests all day, every day, and people are accepting your friends requests, with Friend Connector you have no idea where they're coming from. Friender tracks all the data, so it actually understands who are your friends, where did those friends come from. It tracks all your pending requests, so it knows, okay, hey, who have you sent friend requests to? Friender keeps track of all that data, and that data is going to be very useful to you. All right. You also have the Friend Sync. That Friend Sync is going to allow you to sync up your friends list. And as you can see how long that person's been on your friends list, see if they're engaging in your content, how many messages have you had, when's the last time this person engaged in my content 4 days ago. It's been 45 days since this person actually engaged in my content. So you're going to be able to not only see your friends, but you're going to be able to see how long they've been on your friends list, and if they're engaging in your content, if they're not engaging with your content. And then you're going to be able to unfriend people in bulk if you want to. You're just going to be able to come up here and unfriend people. So what you would be able to do, for example, is you could just look over here and you can see the people who've been on your friends list for quite some time but have never actually engaged in your content, and you can just go in and actually unfriend them if you want to unfriend them. All right. With Friender, you're also going to have smart friending. This is also not a feature and functionality that exists in Friend Connector, and you're going to want it because let me show you the settings for the smart friending. All right, the smart friending is going to allow you to send friend requests smartly, which you can't do with Friend Connector. Friend Connector is just going to send out friend requests to anybody that has an add friend button. Friender is so much smarter. So you're going to be able to tell Friender that, hey, I don't want to send friend requests to people that you've been friends with before. So if you send a friend request to somebody, or somebody sent you a friend request, or somebody was just already on your friends list, and for some reason you guys aren't friends anymore, either you unfriended them or they unfriended you, you can skip those people and not send them another friend request because you already were friends with those people before, so it doesn't really make sense to send them a friend request and try to be friends with them again. So Friender's smart like that. It can just skip those people that you've been friends with before. If you sent friend requests out to people and they rejected your request and said, no, I don't want to be friends with you, you can skip those people and not send them another friend request. With Friend Connector, if you go into a group and you start sending friend request out to a group and people are rejecting your request, when you go back in there tomorrow, you're going to send friend requests to the exact same people. They're probably going to actually reject you again. We've solved that problem with Friender and the smart friending. You can just not send friend requests to people who you sent friend requests to and they rejected it. You can choose not to send friend requests to people who sent you a friend request and you rejected it. So if people send you friend requests, we do track that. If you reject those people and decide you don't want to be friends with those people, there's absolutely no reason that you would send them a friend request. So you can just turn on that setting where, okay, hey, I'm not going to send friend requests to people who sent me a friend request and I rejected them because I already didn't want to be friends with those people. Sometimes whenever you send a friend request on Facebook, Facebook blocks you and pops up a message and says, doesn't look like you know this person, don't send friend requests to people that you don't know. If you keep trying to send that person a friend request, which you would be doing with Friend Connector, Facebook will end up blocking you from sending friend requests for a day or 2 days or 3 days. With Friender, you can just turn on this setting, and if you try to send a friend request to somebody and Facebook says you can't send a friend request to this person, we won't send them a friend request ever again as long as you have this setting on, which is going to help you from getting blocked. So you can see there's a lot of additional settings that makes your sending friend request much smarter and more convenient for you to keep you from getting blocked and send only the friend requests that you want. So you're going to get the smart friending whenever you take this offer today. You also have the refriending option. So the refriending option you can just actually turn on. You can filter by specific keywords. And what it's going to do is it's going to basically send a friend request to somebody. It's going to wait in a set amount of days that you set, and it's going to then send them another friend request. That way these people constantly get notifications that you sent them a friend request. So it's going to send them a friend request, it's going to wait some amount of time, it's going to delete the friend request and then just send them another one so they get another notification. That's what the refriending is going to do. This will allow you to dial in on the people that you really want on your friends list and have a much higher chance of them accepting your friend request. All right? You're also going to be able to delete pending friend requests that you sent and do that automatically. And Friend Connector is a completely manual process, and Friender you can set it up automatically. You know, Facebook limits you to 1,000 sent pending friend requests. Once you get to 1,000, you can't send anymore. And as that number gets higher and higher, Facebook starts to limit the number of friend requests that you can actually send out. Well, with Friender, you can just say, hey, I want to wait 7 days, and if somebody hasn't accepted my friend request in 7 days, just automatically delete the pending friend request. That keeps that list small and allows you to send more and more and more friend requests. All right. We also have additional messaging functionality that does not exist in Friend Connector and only exists in Friender. Many of you guys have asked for a way to only send a message to somebody if they accept your friend request. Well, in Friend Connector, we couldn't do it because we're not tracking the data. In Friender, we are tracking the data, so you do have that option. So you can send a message. You can send a message whenever somebody accepts your friend request. You can still send messaging whenever you send a friend request. So when you send a friend request to somebody, if you want to send a message to them while you send a friend request, you can do that. If you want to wait until they accept your friend request, you can send messages to people who accept your friend request. You can do both. You can send them a message when you send them a friend request, and you can send them another message when they accept your friend request. You can even send a message to somebody if they reject your friend request. So if you send a friend request to somebody and they reject it, you can send a message out to them as well. You can send a message when somebody sends you a friend request. So as people send you friend requests, as you can see here, we have these incoming requests. We're tracking the incoming request. When someone sends you an incoming friend request, you can send a message to those people. You can send a message to those people as well. You can send a message whenever you reject an incoming friend request, or you can send a message when you accept an incoming friend request. You can do all of these messaging, none of these messaging. You can do this message however you want. These messaging are much more robust than what you find inside Friend Connector. And you'll also see right inside the messaging, we've made it more robust. We give you inbuilt spin tags and everything. So the messaging system is just much more robust inside Friender than it is in Friend Connector. All right, so then we also have this request queue. This request queue completely redoes how we do friend requests. Instead of you sitting on Facebook and waiting on Facebook all day while Friend Connector is running and just let Friend Connector run and you have to have that tab open while Friend Connector is doing its job, you don't have to do that with Friender. With Friender, we're just on the Facebook page. We're going to quickly grab everybody that matches your criteria. We're going to add them to the request queue, and then in the background, the request queue is just going to process. You don't even have to have Facebook open anymore. In the background, the request queue is just going to actually process out your friend requests and send your friend requests. So this is going to really save you a lot of time and make your workflow much easier by using the request queue. And I'm not sure if I mentioned or not, but this offer is the exact same price for Friend Connector and Friender. So if you go and try to buy Friend Connector right now, you're going to pay the exact same price for Friend Connector Pro as you would to take this offer for Friender, and you're going to get both softwares. You're going to be able to do with Friender every single thing that you could do with Friend Connector, and you're going to be able to do so much more with Friender. It's going to make your organic marketing process and your friending so much smarter, so much better, and give you a lot better results. We've also completely rebuilt this software to make it where when Facebook makes changes, our software doesn't actually break like Friend Connector does. With Friend Connector, the way that it's built, when Facebook goes in and actually make changes, which they do all the time, unfortunately Friend Connector breaks, and then we have to go in and we have to update Friend Connector to work with the new way Facebook has actually changed their data structure. With Friender, we've actually solved all that, so it doesn't actually break. You're going to be able to use it all day, every day. So the best thing that you can do is go ahead and take this offer. It's the exact same price. You're not paying any more. You're not paying any more money. It doesn't cost you additional money, and you get a whole lot of more features and functionalities that do not exist with Friend Connector. That's going to make your job much easier and much better. So what you should do is you should go ahead and take this offer and just stop using Friend Connector and start using Friender today. You're going to love it. You're going to love all the new features and functionalities, and you're going to get much better results. So go ahead, scroll down to the bottom, go ahead and sign up for this offer. You won't regret it.